Hello, good evening. You're watching RTD's English News. The top stories are: in the New Year Eve, the President Gele wishes Happy New Year to the population. An update of the prosecutor of the Republic on the Bulduha violences.
Those were the top stories. Thank you for joining us. Before starting in details our major topics, we would like to express the best wishes to all for the new year from the RTD's Radio Television of Djibouti News Team, Editorial Department and Direction. A year full of happiness and prosperity that we'll all wish to last in 2016. Let's follow the President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Margele, who will address to the population for his opportunity to traditional messages of good wishes.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Mes chers compatriotes,
my dear compatriot, we are here at the point of the new year that we are going to live together, thanks to the Almighty in peace and prosperity. This new year, I wish for each of you that it is a definition of a success and completion. I wish also for Djibouti that it is a definition of a peace, concord, of national unity and progress, and it is bring us all in the previous years new opportunity to continue irreversibly on the trajectory of development. I do not that by our work and our perseverance remain united at the side of our essential values that are the unity, solidarity, and our commitment to peace. We can once again this new year overcome the challenges of our time and in out of one's grew wiser. The year of 2015 has, as any previous year, made for each of us a lot of happiness and disappointment, but also our progress and satisfaction. Nevertheless, despite all, we can be proud of Djibouti and its people who were able to choose once again the national unity and the concord. We can also be proud of our people who have joined its generosity, in particular by the hosting the brother people of Yemen at the peak of this storm. To my dear compatriot, I say to you that the republic that we have built together will never yield to the division and to the dreams of some who have adhered to their only selfish interests. More than any, we must keep this spirit of union on peace, tolerance, and generosity toward our future at the deepest of our identity. This new year, I would therefore like to place in under the sign of the hope for all of us and for our dear nation. May the Almighty lead us toward the pleasant tomorrow filled with health, progress, and prosperity. I wish you all a very happy and good year of 2016. Long life to the Republic, long life to Djibouti.
After a week, the violence of Bulduha, the prosecutor of the Republic, Mr. Maki Abdul Qadir, held a press conference this morning. A conference in the course of which he has made a point on the investigation state of progress. The attorney of the Republic stated that the prosecution will be engaged against the slanderers and those who spread false information. This information must take place in respect of the question of security and confidentiality of the investigation. He added, in my speech this morning, I felt the necessity to face the extent of this information campaign that can have different designs but have broad, serious consequences of the infringement to the action of justice. The prosecutor then informs us that Omar Ali Iwad, president of Djibouti League Human Rights, is the author of a press release in which he stated that in its press release a list of injured or dead persons disappeared or imprisoned. With concern and have prompted the reaction of the information on both the national level and on the international scene. It is in this context Omar Ali Iwad, responsible public defamation provided for in section 425 of the Penal Code, he concluded.
The prosecutors of the Republic has concluded his statement by the warning to the ill-intentioned people which encourage the inhabitants to arm itself against the authorities or the state, or to arm themselves against each other. The prosecutor gave a warning about the reality of certain acts. This is your Paradise criminal investigator, but also my staff, and I have seen in the margins of this business and are in general in the action of someone who is in the pretext of having a right to freedom or expression but commit public defamatory. It is recognized as an act of offense to the person holding the authorities in public consideration, he said.
And now in this news release, the president of the LDDH, Mr. Omar Ali Wad, placed in custody for defamation and public dissemination of false news, seems it will have been put under the mandate of filing. Same as yesterday, Mr. Hamoud Abdi Sultan, former minister, has also been placed under the mandate of filing, such as after the incarceration of other persons, who is Abdurrahman Muhammad Gilli, in the context of December 21 events. In any case, in the face of this escalation of judicial procedure, the CNDH requests the opening of a general information in charge to clarify the exact circumstances of the conduct of this event, as well as the identity of the victims and the causes of the death and injury of persons suffering. The CNDH will follow with attention the conduct and the outcome of the information, as well as the respect of the defense right. Will also ensure the conditions of prisoners' detention in accordance with the minimum rates of the United Nations relating to the conditions of detention, as well as to their right to a fair and right trial. The CNDH renews its appeal for the calm of everyone to the same as the unfailing respect of human rights and freedoms in accordance with the legal provisions in any circumstances.
The Minister of Communication in charge for Posts and Telecommunication, Ali Hassan Bahdon, has received this morning the Ambassador of Ethiopia, Mr. Suleiman Derifu, who is a farewell visit. This farewell visit marks the end of the Ambassador's mission in Djibouti. The Ambassador has warmly thanked the Djiboutian authorities for bilateral relations between our two brothers and friend countries. He wished the best and full success in this relation of brotherhood between our two countries. For his part, the Minister of Communication, Mr. Ali Hassan Bahdon, has warmly thanked the Ambassador for his immense work and the consolidation of relations between the two countries. He recalled the historic and cultural links that unite the two countries and has added the economic interdependence.
At the approach of the new year 2016, many ministerial departments have made a report of their activities during the year of 2015. It is in this sense that the Minister of the Housing and Environment, Mohamed Musa Ibrahim Balala, welcomed the results of the United Nations Conference on a Climate Change COP21, which was held recently in Paris. In the first place, the minister gave his opinion of this great summit like other countries. The rate of Arab state participation was 150 of 295. That says that the summit was a great success, he said. The minister also explained was in the agreement of Paris in the area of mitigation. The latter is one of the essential power which universal agreement is therefore mitigation. Their goal was to come for a 2-degree Celsius gas emission greenhouse in the best delay. So on to the point, it has been agreed, but there got to have a good result. Developing countries must take the lead in the gas reduction effort. Greenhouse and development countries must has contribute to this effort. Production capacities, the minister has reported.
The Minister of Health, Dr. Qasim Isaq Usman, has held a meeting this morning in his office with the director of the hospitals, such as the General Hospital Peltier, the Hospital Balbala, the Maternity of Dar Hanan, the National Institute of Public Health, the Hospital of Shakib, and the Central Purchasing and Drugs and the Reproduction Center of Husseina. The Minister of Health has wishes in the first place a good and happy year of 2016. He recalled and congratulated the direction of hospital in Peltier and Balbala for the good management of the event which have occurred on December 21, 2015. However, the Minister of Health, Dr. Qasim Issa Usman, has requested that the reference hospital prepares the activity report of the year of 2015 that will trace the achievement, constraint, and the solution for the improvement of the population's health and the prospect of 2016. And finally, the Minister has not failed to recall that from January 2016, the application of the health care of CNSS will be effectively in all hospitals under the supervision of the Ministry of Health. It has recommended the directors of the hospital will meet for the signature of the political parties convention, which will take place on the January 7 and 8 2016, and that they must be prepared to ensure the health service.
Still concerning the Department of Health, the Minister of Health, Dr. Qasim Issa Usman, held this morning in his office a meeting with the Council of Doctors Order, who he wished at the outset a good and happy year 2016. Thereafter, he has ordered the members of the Council to establish new instructions relating to registration to the Council of the Order of all the doctors, national and foreign, exercising in the Republic of Djibouti. The acknowledgement of a contribution, priority of recruitment to doctors and paramedics of the Faculty of Medicine and the ISSS, decision of the exemplary measures against the medical staff whose action is contrary to the ethics ranging from their temporary ban of their activity up to their radiation. He reminded the members of the Council that the proper functioning of the Council must respect all these directives, and these from the beginning of the new year 2016. The Department of Health will be present and will strengthen the Council in its application.
The Major General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, General Staff of the Army Forces, has received this morning in his office the new Ambassador of Egypt, accredited to Djibouti, Mr. Ahmed Adil Subhi. Was present in this meeting General Usman Noor Subagle, Chief of Staff of the Defense, Colonel Mohammed Amin, Safety Advisor of the Ambassador of Egypt, as well as the Director of the Department of International Relations of the FAD, Captain Ibrahim Zakaria Sheikh, the Captain Hassan Yusuf Douale, in charge of relations with the Arab countries. This visit of the courtesy of a new ambassador of Egypt to the general demonstrated the excellence of relation between the two countries, rather in the particular the relation of a corporation investigator of military since the making of a function of General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim. The two officials discussed the ways and means to strengthen the links for a better cooperation, including the strengthening of security in the Red Sea and anti-terrorists.
The microdams inaugurated by the Department of the Environment and Agriculture on the river Tiko between Damerjog and Atar Arrao after the recent rains and have benefited the population of the sector, including members of agriculture cooperatives.
These microdams has been inaugurated at the end of August by the two ministers. They have then made usefully and the charter to aquifer that will improve access to water for the frameworks of Atar and Damerjog. The Minister of Environment, Mr. Mohammed Musa Balala, and Agriculture has seen the finalization of the works of this dam. They were accompanied by the Prefect of Arta, Mr. Abdullah Darar, and their collaborator by elsewhere. These microdams are very important for the recharge which supply to the capital. One of the farmers in the area, Mr. Ali Koka, thanked to the Minister for the achievement of 3 microdams, as well as the President of the Republic and the First Lady. He thanks to this extensive program to improve access to water in rural areas.
And now on the regional news, Nigeria's government still is open to negotiating with Boko Haram extremists for the release of 209 schoolgirls kidnapped in April 2014. President Muhammad Buhari said Wednesday. He said they are ready to negotiate without preconditions, but only if they can identify credible leadership. Other attempts under the previous administration failed because of officials apparently were talking to the wrong people in the fragmented group. Hundreds of captives have been freed in recent months as Nigeria's military has driven the Islamic extremists into a northeastern forest enclave. But none of the girls abducted from a school in Chibok town were among them. There is no firm intelligence on where those girls are physically located and what condition they are in, Buhari said in a national televised press conference. But I assure you that the cause of the Chibok girls is on our minds, he insisted.
On the international scene, Belgian authorities have canceled New Year's celebration due to the fear of an imminent terror plot targeting rebels in the heart of the city. This city mayor announced the cancellation of planned festivities and fireworks, saying, "Unfortunately, we have been forced to cancel the fireworks and all that was planned for tomorrow evening." The Belgian capital, home to the headquarters of NATO and the European Union, has been on high alert since the November 13 gun and suicide bombing attacks in Paris that left 113 dead. A key suspect in the Paris attacks, Belgian-born fugitive Salah Abdeslam, is believed to have failed to bristle in the horrors of the massacre, which has claimed by the Islamic State jihadist group. The Belgian authorities have so far detained 9 men in the case, including 4 accused of helping Abdeslam get away from the crime scene. Belgium is not the only European country to detain suspects on the suspicion of planning a New Year's Eve terror plot. This is it for this edition. Thank you for joining us and have a great evening and Happy New Year for all of our beloved viewers.